Get ready for this because this is a lot. On November 15th, I got an email from a client named Carol asking about my availability for December 6th. And she said she was getting married at her private residence with her fiance. She was asking about pricing for ceremony only. She said guests are going to wear face masks, everyone's going to social distance, blah, blah. It was great. So I was like, okay, great. I was like, a gig in the pandemic times, sure. So I was a little hesitant, though, because when she asked me, Governor Cuomo had just announced the 10-person limit on indoor and outdoor gatherings. And I was like, December 6th is going to be really cold out. There's no, like, ventilation in there. So I felt uneasy just from that fact alone. So I messaged her back and I said, hey, Carol, thank you so much for reaching out. Unfortunately, due to Governor Cuomo's new rules, I'm unable to perform at private residences at this time. I said, if that ruling changes, give me a call on my cell. If not, I'm wishing you all the best for your celebration. You know, I wish her the best. I thought that would be it. So then a couple of days later, she goes, hello, how are you doing today? Also, I want to tell you that we have limit the guests to 10 now, and let me know if you can still play for us that day. And the formatting was all weird. And I was like, okay. I thought she maybe was older, or maybe, you know, if English is not your first language, that's totally fine. I don't care. But it was like also the subject title was like, hello, da 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 da, like a million ellipses, like a million periods after. It was so weird. So realistically, think about that. Like, she disinvited some of the guests because the harpist was uncomfortable. Like, it didn't seem realistic. Like, sorry, Aunt Mary, like, you can't come now because our harpist, like, said less than 10 people. But she said they had less than 10 people, so I was like, okay, great. But before I gave her a price quote, I still was a little hesitant, so I said, hey, before I can give you a more accurate price quote, please let me know if there are any stairs at your residence. Will the harp be able to be situated at least 6 feet from guests? All the you know, pandy safety. So she goes, here's the address, and she puts the address. And then she goes, and the second line, there is no stairs. And now, I don't normally do this because I'm not a stalker, but I Googled the address because I just wanted to make sure. I was acting as if it was legit. Like, I felt a little uneasy, but I was like, okay, let's just pretend that I have this gig coming up for December 6th. Like, maybe they have a really long driveway and I have to prepare. If it's a gravel driveway, I have to know that before so I can prepare. Maybe I need someone else to help me, you know, move the harp if there's big stairs. So I Googled it. And the Google results said that the house, the address she sent me, sold just a couple days ago. It was like November 20th, sold. And I was like, that's weird. Like, wouldn't that be something you mentioned in your email too? Like, hey, we're either moving out like very soon,
or we gotta get this house
ready in like a week. Yeah, like, it was so weird. And I was like, I don't know. And then my mom was like, maybe, you know, they just transferred ownership to whatever. I was like, this house was on the market for 80 days. If their mom just gave them the house or something or transferred ownership, it wouldn't be on every realtor site. It was on so many realtor sites. The person was smart because they picked a house that was no stairs. It had a ramp. It had stairs, but it had a ramp going down, like a wheelchair access ramp. So they didn't want that to be the reason that I said I couldn't make it. They said, oh, no, there are no stairs. Here's the address. But they should have picked an address that wasn't on every available realtor website, you know, in the area. And then I go, okay, it's sketchy, but maybe I'll still give them the benefit of the doubt, right? I Googled her first and last name, the town she lived in, nothing was coming up. Normally, real people come up when you type in their name and their town that they live in. And again, I don't stalk my clients, just so you know. I don't look anyone up on Google unless there are so many red flags like this. So Carol doesn't exist, and I'm pretty sure about that at this point. But I figure, hey, you know what? Still, let me give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's a different last name. Maybe she's getting married and it's not coming up for some reason. So I give her my price quote. I sent her my YouTube playlist. I sent her all the thing. I was like, here's my song list, right? She didn't care. She doesn't care about it because like 10 minutes later, she's like, that price is great. Yes. Or she wrote okay in the subject line. Yeah, let me read it because it's great. This is gold.
Does she change the subject line with each reply?
For a while, it was hello with all the dots, and then it said okay.
But she changed it.
So there's 3 different subject lines, and so now we're on the second one. It says okay, caps, no parentheses, no punctuation or anything. She said, okay, thanks for the response. I'm so glad that you were able to perform, but no punctuation. It's very weird. As for the payment of blank, a very close friend to the family volunteered to pay for your service as his own financial contribution towards our wedding. He said he will be making payment through a certified check. That's weird. That's a flag. I don't like that. He will want to do that ASAP. If you are okay, second line, with the payment, kindly forward the name that will be on the second line check and the address with your phone number that it will be sent to. We, another line, will continue to communicate further regarding the ceremony. Thanks.
Maybe it's a poem the way they invented it. It's like some kind of scam haiku.
In the previous email, I said, I would love to talk on the phone and discuss more logistics and song choices with you, because that's what I do normally, especially if it's at a private residence. I like to talk to the client and get a little feel of, where will I be set up? Like, you want me in the living room? Just an idea. And if they're not sure, we can wing it. But I like to talk to them.
And it's also nice to acquaint yourself with them.
Yeah, this is a stranger right now, and it's coming up. Like, I would love to talk to you on the phone. Like,
I want to make sure you're real.
Yeah.
You're not on Google.
So she said, okay, fine, right? Someone's going to send you a certified check. So that's when I knew that this was a scam for sure. Because why would you do that? I said in the email that I only require a small deposit to secure the date. They need to sign a performance contract too. So I responded last night and I said, okay, that's fine. Certified check is okay. I'm still acting like this is real, right? So I respond something like, that is so generous of your friend. Wow, what a really nice celebration gift that is, right? And I said, the check can be made out to Emily Hopkins. I'll be available all day Wednesday and Thursday. Feel free to give me a call so we can discuss your ceremony song choices, right? Well, I guess that, right? Because today, so I waited today for a call. I got no call, of course. And then I get an email that says urgent in the subject line. Hello, there is a little problem that I just found out through an email from the volunteer. I sent the information of the entertainer and the photographer to him separately. Instead of him getting separate checks for you and the photographer, he wrote both amounts on a single check with your name written on it. The check already sent to you today before he traveled. Where did he travel? Is he not going to the wedding? The person who paid for your ceremony he's not one of the 10 people that are coming. Not even 10 people. It's the married couple, the photographer who they said, me, I guess an officiant, right?
And I guess for everything.
Yeah, but he's there's only 5 other people who can come because the guest list is only 10. So and he's not, where is he traveling? She goes, truly, I know it's not part of your entertaining service, but as things stand now, only your understanding assistance.
Are they going to ask you to take photos?
No, and yeah. Could you be both the entertainment and the photographer, please? Because we paid you the full amount. As things stand now, only your understanding, assistance, and support is needed. He suggests that you take the check to the bank when it arrives and cash it, deduct your fee, and give the rest to the photographer. Please assist on this, and we will forever be grateful. This is great. And I will give you $50 if you can help me out with this situation. Why? What? Last night when I sent her the response about where the check can be sent to, I knew it would go one of 2 ways. Either they're going to send me an amount that's more than what I quoted them and say, oh, he made a mistake, he wants you to, give back the rest, which is a common scam that's happening right now. We're so sorry, we made a mistake. Oh, please, we know that you're so understanding and compassionate. You'll help us out with this, right? That, how up is this to do this to someone during a pandemic? So what I wrote back to Carol, hi Carol, I'm so sorry that happened. I can do that. The extra $50 is not necessary, but I really appreciate your kindness in these difficult times, with the heart emoji. But that's who I would write that way anyway. So we're still pretending that this is a real client. So I wrote, when the check arrives, I can bring the remainder in cash in an envelope to give to the photographer on the day of. I always arrive an hour early, so that will be no problem. Please let me know the name of the photographer so I know who to look for. Thank you so much. That's how we left off. So I guess I was hoping that she'd answer me, but this stuff really happens. It's something that you have to be aware of. I was only aware of this common scam because it happened to my friends. And I've read stuff about it on Reddit. I've read common scams that people try to do. I know the whole thing with the Venmo. They send you more. They say, ooh, we messed up. Send it back. Don't ever do that. Because that's what do you do instead? You say, I'm going to wait for it to clear, or to say, I'm really sorry, I'm going to talk to my bank, see what you can do. But you never say, oh, yeah, let me send it back to you right now. They take advantage of your kindness, especially during these times. Just how messed up is that, though, that they're doing this during, they found me somehow, and they, this took planning. And, the fact that, I, catered my responses to Carol, I personalized everything, and I sent them the whole thing. And, they know, they see a person doing this, and they're still yeah, this seems like a good way to get easy money. How mean do you have to be to do this? This is insane. But, yeah, I think it's important for people to know this and, to look what to look for, basically. Because, basically, you're getting an email from a stranger whenever we book anything. It's a stranger at first, right? we get to know them through our email exchange, through the phone, through client meetings before the pandemic, obviously. But like, we get to know them and you work closely with them, and they are a huge part. Like, they are close. Like, I love all the people I worked with. Like, all my clients, the couples I've played for. Like, I know them. Like, they were really special to me. Like, this hits close to home because they're asking me to perform a service for them in a time where, like, the guidelines are all kind of not clear. Like, the safety issues, I have to trust them. It's a delicate situation because if I took this gig, right, I have to trust this person, this stranger, that everyone's going to follow the guidelines, everyone's going to social distance, wear their face mask. And that alone was an issue of trust that I was like, this. I was like, am I willing to do this to bring this service to their celebration? I love playing for ceremonies.
But even the legal implications of what's happening, because like you have insurance on this.
Yeah.
And if you go to a gig that has more than 10 people that is not a legal gathering and something happens to the harp, you're in close quarters with people are drinking.
It's my fault. It would be my fault for taking it, yeah.
It's like getting scammed on a drug deal. It's like who are you going to go complain to? If your insurance company's not going to cover it, who are you going to complain
They
to that your
stole
harp
my
not
cocaine. Yeah. To summarize, just so any other musicians who get an email like this, things to look for, some red flags for me were subject line, hello, ... That's weird. Like, normally it says harpist for wedding on this date, like pricing inquiry for harpist, something related to the harp or your wedding, like asking availability for this day. No, it just said hello, and that was weird. The other thing was that, again, the thing that they were like, oh, no, yeah, we kicked off some people on our list. We limited down for you, for your comfort. That was the weirdest thing, I think, yeah. Because it was like only a couple days later, and I said, if that ruling changes, call me. First of all, another weird thing, she'd never call me. Wouldn't you think that she would call me and say, hey, Emily, I know we said we had 10 people, but we actually, a couple people are not coming or they didn't RSVP, so now we're going to be under 10. Can you still play? Just call me. So I asked her repeatedly. I said, give me a call. We can discuss everything over the phone. It'd be easier. She never called me. She never said, oh, I prefer email. If you say you prefer email, that's totally fine too. I get nervous on the phone sometimes, not a big deal, but it's, to the fact that she never called me, especially when it's so close to her wedding date, like, you'd want to talk to me, I think, the address, obviously, with that whole thing. Yeah, and then just this whole payment thing, the volunteer, not including a name, who's paying for your wedding, like, the certified check business, no deposit, and most people pay on the day of. So why would you, if they said, oh, a family friend is paying in full, can he pay early? She didn't even ask permission if they could pay early. Like, I don't know. Just everything gave me a weird feeling about this. And again, yeah, I'll keep you guys updated when she answers. Okay, guys, update time. Today is December 3rd, Thursday. I last heard from Carol on Wednesday, November 25th. She said there was going to be a check coming in the mail, whatever. And I said, okay, I'll look out for it. Keep my eyes open. And then I heard nothing. I didn't get a check. So I prompted her again on the 29th. And I said, hey, checking in. We're about 1 week away from your wedding. Like, what's going on? Do you pick songs? Whatever. So today, 5 minutes ago, she writes, hello. My dad is involved in an auto accident last week, Friday. He has been on coma till now. Please, I need your support with prayer. We decide to move the wedding. I will communicate the date when we decide. Thanks for the understanding. My dad is in a coma. Oh my God, that's horrible. I know I'm laughing now at this terrible excuse from Carol about her dad being in a coma, but before that, her excuses were pretty well tailored to me and my profession. So she got all the specifics down, and it wasn't just a like, hello, please send us X amount of money here. Like, this is well crafted. And like, I've talked to other harpists on forums, I posted about it on Reddit, on Instagram, and people have reached out, and a lot of my friends and people I know have gotten scammed this way. Like, this is serious stuff. Like, I know we're laughing about it because the coma thing is ridiculous and all of her excuses, but like, people get tricked by this, and it's easy to fall for, especially if you're in a rush and you have a date that's booked and it's coming up, and you think that the client is, we trust them because we're just trusting people, and you want to help them out as much as you can, and you think the client made a genuine mistake. Like, this is easy to fall for, and like, that's why I'm making this video, because I really want people to be aware of this and know that it does happen. This is real stuff. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you some screenshots from someone who did get scammed by this person, by Carol. And I hope it helps you guys, to know what to look for when you get an email like this, or if something feels off or you're not sure. Here's some stuff to look for.